It's May 4th, so may the 4th be with you. And I just saw an article on Facebook for some online magazine or something with a video about this lady in her house and how you shouldn't feel bad about what your house looks like. And I'm like, okay. I mean, yeah, she looks like a slob. I'll admit, I'm a slob. But my thing is, she had 2-bedroom house, I believe. Yeah, I have a 1-bedroom right here, and I'm redoing my bed for summer. And as we can see, Boyd's being a butthead because he's not going back the way he should. And like I said, I'm going to remake my bed for summer because normally it's then blankets first, and then the sleeping bags, and then blankets on top of it. That way I can hold the heat in. And Boyd usually sleeps right about here. Unless he's cold, then he's under the blankets. And right now I think he's enjoying the cross breeze, so he doesn't want me to make my bed. But unfortunately for him, even though he's being cute and all, and I can see he needs a nail clipping, he's going to have to move. I've already, like you can see, I've already deconstructed my bed. This is the first sleeping bag. And I actually made me an awning for my sewing. This will be the second one. Because one, it's a lot thinner. I got it at Big 5 when they were having a sale. And I probably won't ever buy that sleeping bag again. Because the batting moves around. Now this is a Coleman. And usually I like Colemans. What I don't like about this one is the outside is slick. And then it's got this silly pillow. So you can't even really use it, and it only zips up on one side. Well, my problem is my zipper needs to be on this side. Well, we see where the pillow is. Pillow's on the top. That doesn't help. This kind of material also tears easily. So there's that. But this is how this gets done. So we're going to put this as best as we can so you can see. And hopefully my phone won't get too hot. And somebody will move out of the way while I'm doing this. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this to... I don't know that it's going to stay, but we'll see. We'll see how long it takes him to actually move. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Because we're not going to use the zipper. That's right. Okay. Now, most of you would think I would zip this up, but because this is so slick, I don't. See, and there goes the cat, because he knows he's going to end up. I don't play games, and he knows that once I start making the bed, that things are going to get moved around. So, now, like I said, I am 5 foot 2.5, and my feet do touch. That means my head actually is right here, and then down there, my feet actually touch here. And I have to be careful not to put my feet up on the window. So there's that. Now, the reason we're not holding this yet is one, we're going to put another sleeping bag. And this is... And the reason I'm doing it this way is because, like I said, it's slick. You need to move, Boyd. You know that. also it gives a chance for the sleeping bags to air out. These two are normally zipped together, so I have like, I think it's works out to full size. But this also kind of gives a different kind of padding. My cat's being a butthead. And also, the other thing I've got to find is the attachment cord. And I'm putting this sideways. Make sure I'm stepping on the right thing. There. But what I'm doing is doing this actually really backwards, because this is actually the top. But I'm doing it this way for a reason. But I have cost me $10 at Walmart, and it's a fan that I can plug into my Goal Zero, and show you what it looks like. That's my fan, and I can hook it up there. Actually, I can put it right here, even though it'll hit me in the head. But it does, it at least moves the air around. I can also hang it here. Like I said, I have to find the other part of it, which I think is actually in a bag underneath the storage stuff. Alright, so there's that part of it. The reason I'm making it so that, I gotta move this. Alright, so that you can see. It's just so, because like I said, the one side is so slick, it does slide around. So I'm gonna put this way for a second, so I can get this part in. And it's just kind of like a way to lock it into place. So even though it might slide around, I wasn't sure I'd put my clippers up, but I put them up out of the way so I wouldn't step on them. Right. And then you put this over this way. And this is so I have some, basically my mattress is made for the summer. People don't realize that how warm it does get, and you don't want a sleeping bag at all, because then you're too warm and you play the game, as we call it. We call it the game, meaning throwing the blankets on and off, on and off, on and off all night, and then you don't sleep, and then you get cranky because you haven't slept. Makes a little bit of a pillow. Alright, next is I make sure I don't fall on my ass. Now, next blanket is this one, and this is actually doubled for a reason, because one, it's too big, and again, we're trying to keep as much as we can to the mattress. It does wrinkle up, which makes it difficult to get everything that we want it. But, and because I don't think these have been washed in a while, they're dusty. And they're dusty because I live in the desert, and the desert is not nice. The desert likes to be a pain in the butt. So I make sure we bring this up so the pillow has a spot. Bring it back down a little bit. So I think this actually will fit a 6-foot bed. normally. I think that's what an average bed is. Kind of get some of the dust out of the way. Any wrinkles that might be in the way. Okay, where is this wrinkle? Oh, there it is. Try to make it so there's no wrinkles, but sometimes that's not always possible. And you gotta do that by sitting on it and pulling the bottom parts until you can get the wrinkles out. Because wrinkles under your heels are one thing, wrinkles under your hips is a complete another. So there's that one. Next is this one. And you try to make sure that you put the folds so that they are to the inside. Because that way when the bed tries to come apart, it'll go against the back. And because for the most part that door does not open, come summertime it opens up a little bit more, but not much, and it's usually not the full. Now this one I leave, it's already doubled, and then it's doubled again because it's just easier. And then you come back down here, and as we can see, there's a bit of a roll here, so we just kind of tuck that way. I have basically a place to put my feet, because I tend to slide down in my bed, which is not cool. Like I said, you want to see, so there's my top, and that's there. But I will slide down, and I will touch the window. I don't know if you can see, there might be some toe prints. And that glass gets really, really cold. And if you watch my daily videos, if you're a supporter, you'll see those. A lot of times you'll see, a space. This is how I'm asleep. This is actually a dowel that I use for my sewing machine. But there's that. I have a little light here for when I don't have my solar light. Affirmations and things that I need to remember. They're called Gorvech codes. I think that's right. I might be wrong on that. But bed's not done, so I need to, as much as comfortable as that is, and yeah. So I need to finish. Because next will be, let's see if I can get this the right way. Next is and I do use the frame of my bed as a handhold, because that is a long step. And when the top is closed, I do stuff here. Right now, my buzz kit is there, so I need to move that out of the way a little bit so that I can get to things. Move my Nerf gun for when my cat is being a complete and utter butthead. If you've not, this one actually feels like, oh, there they are. If you haven't used these are called Coolits, or Coolies. And basically you soak them in water and they fluff up, and then you wrap them around your carotid arteries. They are awesome, and they are definitely a requirement if you're going to live in the desert. The beads actually feel pretty squashed, so I don't know if this one will work this year or not. May have to replace that. But my poor dilapidated pillow is next. And I've got it's actually a I think it's Bamboo is what the brand is. That goes there. Now, this is where the fun begins, because it does get cold, and as we can see, I have very thin layer, and that's actually probably going to go away here in a couple hours, so it'll be bald. I do wear a hat at night, which goes up there. If it's too cold, I do put on my hoodie. That also goes up there. And the reason it goes there is so I can find it. Now, when I say too cold, I wear a long sleeve shirt. Now, once it really gets into summer, I will be into a tank top. But for now, tank top and short shorts. For now, I have pajama bottoms and a long sleeve shirt. Those all go to the top. Now, this is where people want to know, what do I do next? I have a nice mattress now. And I don't know if you can see it, but you can see that it is dusty, and there's really nothing I can do about that. The next thing is I have to decide, do I want my electric blanket or just a plain fleece? I usually go with the electric because it's a little warmer. It's a little heavier is what I should say. And because the temperatures still are dropping, I will put my fleece over the top of this. I don't use this as an electric blanket because, one, I don't have electricity. So, well, we gotta unfold it this way. No, wrong way. Fold goes to the center. This, I believe, is a twin size. So, yeah, I believe this is a twin. So the way I do that is I fold it up, make it easier to unfold for the most part. And I bring it to the fold to the center. And then I unfold it. So that the fold is actually in the center. And because I did do this quite right, I didn't fold it right, the plug-in part's down